Hey honey, it's your dad. Just a little message from me up top, which is to say that from now on you will only be hearing from me and Megs every other week, and that has to do with work commitments, etc. It's not because we love you any less, it's just the way it's going to have to be from now on. So if you have any qualms with that, I hope you can just bottle it up and maybe deal with it in therapy when you get older. So yeah, enjoy the episode.
Great.
I love you. Good morning.
I love you too. Good morning.
Welcome, you guys, to another day with us. Your obsessive compulsive
we're talking
Dykes.
to Ben. I just thought we were talking to each other.
I was talking to you, and then I was talking to them.
Okay, well, hey
Yeah.
guys. Sorry, I
Hey,
didn't realise
guys.
you were there.
Get it off your chest, get 'em off your back. Get your compulsions back on track. Stick it to the strikes, tell 'em take a hike. Join your obsessive compulsive Dykes.
I always hoped that you would tell me you loved me when you're wearing a grey hoodie. Really take me back to my teenage years.
Oh my god, yeah. I'm really given that. It's like I'm your jock boyfriend, as famously in the town of... Oh, sorry, bleep that. Nobody knows. We can know where you're from. And when you were 16, there was this guy coming out with like a little bit of wet hair. Do you know what I mean? He's like just been playing sports and he's just put this on and like he smells really heavily of Axe, the perfume or the body spray.
Lynx, yeah.
And he comes out and like the hair's a bit wet and like, you know, he's wearing this hoodie that he's like never washed. That he's just put straight on after he's been... But he's covered with Axe and, you know, it smells of sweat, but it smells of him. And you are in love with him. So you're still like...
Yeah, you're really reminding me of that. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay, what's your agenda of the day?
My agenda of the day is... So, I am premenstrual, right? My
God.
period is
What, as
due
in
any
very-
day now.
Okay.
Any day now I'm gonna come on my period. Like my tits are huge, especially my left one. Like it's a jug of something. Like it's just I'm like, why have I got like
Watermelons.
so yeah, what am I carrying around? Like I've not been to the grocery store. Like why have I got like 2 liters of milk both on my left side just like hanging off my chest that I'm carrying around? Like I don't know. I feel like I feel quite comfortable in my body most of the time and I don't have a lot of body dysmorphia, thankfully, like gender wise, apart from when I'm premenstrual, because that's when I'm like, oh my god, I'm a woman, what the fuck? I'm literally like, I'm feeling the pain of, I'm like, what are these, what is this? What is happening to me? Like it's insane, because usually
I totally get that.
yeah, because my tits aren't that big, so like usually I can like walk around in life and like I don't need to wear bras, so like don't bother. But then like suddenly I'm walking down the stairs, I'm like, who put these here?
Yeah.
Like what is
these
happening?
bags hanging around.
Yeah,
my
I
shoulders.
hate it. I'm never more like cut them off right now, like cut them off right the fuck this second. Like somebody save me. Hate it so much. Anyways, my gender of the day, coming back to that, is
It's a milkmaid.
no, it's actually it's a fucking cow rather. Like milk this bitch. No, it's Agatha Trunchbull actually from Matilda, because I feel like a fucking raging cunt lately. I've been so premenstrual that every motherfucker that crosses me, and unfortunately, specifically, and this is why I'm Agatha, specifically people that are like meek. Oh. You know, or like actually, you know. Or a little bit like passive aggressive, or I perceive them to like not have a backbone. Like anyone, it's bad.
Oh no, but I get it.
And
Like,
that's
it is bad, but I get it.
And that's why
It's
I feel
you
like
just wanna
Agatha, because I'm
shake
like,
them, like shaky baby.
yeah, I want to bully them. I'm like, I want to like push them. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, hello,
Yeah.
like there's something mean in me that like really ramps up, and I'm like, I want to be mean to you.
Yeah. Because I want you to stand up for yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's that weird tough love thing that like we know doesn't work.
Yeah. And we really just like want to punish ourselves, but we want like to push someone else to dare to punish us so that we can feel kind of like defensive about it, I guess.
Well, more so that I'm just like, also because anyone that, yeah, so people that have been really triggering me is people that are like conflict avoidant. So like can't stand up for themselves, or like is like passive aggressive but don't face things head on, and it's just like doesn't say what they mean. And like weirdly enough, there's been like during this period of time, there's been like small things that have been brought up. Like I don't know, I'm being so dramatic, but literally my housemate was like the other day was
Oh my God, not calling out your housemate live on the pod.
I know, was like texting me in the morning in the group chat, and like my room is under yours, so like I know that you're talking about me, and was like, it's 8 a.m. on a Sunday, can the TV be turned right down? And I was like, okay, first of all, I'm a fucking freelancer, so you can take your fucking patriarchal working week capitalist bullshit and shove it somewhere.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
8 a.m. on a Sunday means fuck all to me. So you are banging about 6 a.m. on days when I am having a sleep in. You are banging about a fucking 12 a.m. when I'm trying to sleep, when I need to be up at 5 on a day that you don't need to be up. So I'm sorry, the Sunday disregarded that. That has been detabled. Debunk that right now. It is irrelevant. All
That's
right?
a rumor. Yeah.
That's a fucking rumor. Let's, sorry that you are, working for the man inside the matrix, stuck in the system. I'm here trying to forge my own path. Thank you very much. Sunday, schmonday. Okay? Second of all, don't like your tone. You can message me specifically, or you can say, hi, sorry, can somebody please turn it down? That's it. That's it. That's all you need to say. That's all you need to say.
Yeah, because as well, it'd be valid even if it was like 1 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon. Like you can say, please may you turn the TV down. That's valid.
That is valid. And also, I was so tempted to be like, the clock just moved forward, so technically it's 9 a.m. in your sleeping, in your body it's 9 a.m. So stop being so fucking dramatic.
It is ridiculous when people put their kind of like perceived worldviews onto you and just like shove that to you, and they're like, you have to deal with this as well.
Yeah.
It's like, I actually don't. That's not the reality I live in.
No, and also I'm like, you make so much noise that I've got constructed worker headphones. You don't even have any earplugs. Get a pair of earplugs, mate.
Yeah.
Not my problem.
Get
And
some
since you
Luke's
love the
quiet.
system so
Not
much,
sponsored.
why don't you try and make more money so you can live alone?
That's what they said. Thank you. Curtains.
So that's kind of where I'm at. What's your gender of the day?
Oh my God. My gender of the day is, like perfect American mums make these like pies that have some, I don't know, maybe pumpkin pie, maybe apple pie, whatever it may be. And then they put like a bit of pastry with a leaf or something on the top, and it's like perfect.
Yeah.
That is me today.
Wow.
I know.
Wow.
I feel like it's
Okay.
like deep in, it's like tasty and it's like spicy, the pie.
Warm,
and then it's like
perfect autumnal. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. I'm so happy to have reached like autumn, winter. Although it's kind of miserable, there are like moments of loveliness. Like right now, the gay sky, wow, is kind of blue, kind of white. And it's like, now I'm grateful for all those little bits of blue. Whereas in the summer, I'm like, oh, it's cloudy,
I do know, but also I'm a slut for summer, so, I feel differently. I feel
I hear
differently.
that.
There are small parts of autumn that I can appreciate, but mainly I'm not a fan. I'm sorry. I'm not a fan. I'm a
Even
spring...
after seeing this mug.
Yeah, I'm a spring summer guy. The only reason that I can appreciate like is autumn is like because I like Halloween as a celebration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, so that's my dinner of the day. Served like piping hot. It's on like a wooden chopping board, like just...
Of course.
I'm feeling cozy. I'm also just feeling like I've really taken stock of my life the last couple of days. I've had 2 baths in the last 2 days, so I've been getting reflective.
Wow.
And
How long
I've
have
just
the
been,
baths been?
like 90 minutes maybe?
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah, I bath hard.
Yeah. No, clearly.
And both of them have had like a Lush thing in it.
And that lush
first
thing
bath was
is
like-
you, baby.
Anywho, I've got some Neighbourhood Watch from this week.
Please.
So being back in this small town that I'm from, you get like immediately desperate, right? I mean, bearing in mind oh my God, my brain's going faster than my mouth. My year 5 teacher once said that to me, that I miss out words when I'm writing because my brain's working faster than my hand.
It's so ADHD. That's me, but I do it with like the first letter of the third word of the sentence. So if I'm gonna get to the word bathroom, I will start saying that already. Do you know what I mean? Because I will I will start saying the word that's at the end of the sentence before I've even gotten there.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah, that
They
happens
said
when
it in
I'm...
year 5,
Yeah.
and not one person ever thought to follow that up.
I know. I have so many things about that, like with OCD and stuff as well, where it's like nobody thought to follow that up. But I think that's because we just like, we were unfortunately over the last generation to like, where it was still taboo to like
Yeah.
be not neurotypical.
Yeah, I hear that. Anyway, having been in this kind of like Welsh countryside and then now being back in this small town, you get desperate for things, right? So the other day, just driving through, we saw two what appeared to be women walking down the road, me and the fiance in the car, and we literally were like, oh my God. We slowed down the car so slow to like literally look out the window and see if they were gay, like if they were holding hands, if they were giving any kind of signs. And they just looked at us and then like looked forward. And I was like, oh my God, we're literally like looking, like we're like slowing down like bullies, like in this car. We're like looking at them and they're looking at us like, oh my God, like just keep walking kind of thing. Can you imagine? I was like, oh my God, we've accidentally hate crime these people. They're going to go home and be like, Salisbury's not safe. Like,
I'm always scared of that. Like even if I don't think that they would do that because you and the fiance look gay. All right?
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. But I also
doubt.
always think that when I'm like, because I'm always, here's the thing, I don't even need like the scarcity of a small town. I'll be like in East London still being like, do you think they're gay? And it's like, yes, bitch, every single person within a 1 mile radius of you is gay.
yes,
But still,
yes.
there's this weird fascination. My ex always said that to me. They were like, why are you so obsessed with like, if everyone's gay, like, why do you care so much? I'm like, why don't you? Like,
Yeah, that's really exciting.
yeah. And I'm like, I like, you know, if everybody, I think it's because I'm like, I've got years to catch up on. I've got
Yes.
years and years of people not being gay around me to catch up on. So for me, it's going to be exciting every day. I don't think I'll stop. It might stop in our 70s, potentially.
Yeah.
But
But
until
by that
then,
point, we're
no.
going to be living in like the meta state and like no one's going to be gay anymore. Everyone's going to live in their pod. So like that's going to be
I don't know
sneaking
what you're
out late,
talking
taking out your
about. I
microchip.
can't be thinking like that because I will combust. By that age, I'll be in like an expat community. I don't know, maybe that's not the right word for it. I'll be like in a secluded community on some random island where we have just like escaped modern day society and we're just living in this special place. And it's a special place where like global warming and climate change just like isn't a thing.
Yeah.
All right.
Brilliant.
So like, oh, it doesn't matter if anybody else is ruining the world around us because we are like in the safe haven of this place.
Great. I love
Yeah.
that for you. I mean, I'll be there too. So
No, and you will be there too. This could potentially be in a different planet that like we have just gone to in secret. Even though it's
I
kind of
love
morally
that.
wrong to be like leaving actual human beings, like I
We
can't
can't
go
take
into this
everyone.
whole conspiracy. Sorry, cut me off for fuck's sake.
I was actually so interested for once in what you
Yeah.
were saying. So yeah, we slowed down to look at this couple. I was like, oh, we have to not do this. However, that was a bit of, you know, maybe slanting negative neighborhood watch. So I've got some slanting positive neighborhood watch as well.
Yeah.
I've got a prop for this.
Oh.
So we went on a walk and we were looking at the floor and seeing all these, like, you know, what conkers are. I don't know why you wouldn't. Sorry.
No,
It's
I don't know
because-
what conkers are.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah.
I'm glad I read that right, but then doubted myself. Conkers are like, you know, those like from the leaves of the trees look like this,
Yeah.
like a maple leaf, and then they fall to the floor with like spiky shells, and you open it up, and they're brown like balls, shiny.
Yeah. Also, something I've been noticing recently, every English person around me calls the ground the floor.
Oh,
Everybody, you just did it now. You were like, they fall to the floor. I'm like, are we inside?
the floor of the earth.
No, exactly. And every English person does this, but it's actually not grammatically correct. And as somebody who's studied English and learnt it through school and not through hearing it and speaking it to, you know, I'm always reacting to those kinds of things. Interesting.
that.
Anyway, continue.
Counterpoint.
Yeah.
It's called the forest floor, like, and that is a phrase, so it has to be grammatically correct to call the outside the floor.
If you say the forest floor, I'm not sure if you just say the floor. I think then it's the ground. It falls to the ground. It doesn't fall to the floor. It either falls to the forest floor or it falls to the ground.
Wow.
Yeah.
But like, what about like the floor of the?
You can't run this.
But even things like the floor of the. No, I was
No.
going to say of like the pond, but it would be like the bed, I guess, of the pond.
Yeah.
But
Moving on. The conchs.
listeners, please help me. Like that, there has to be something. Anyway, so conkers are existing. We're talking along, and me and the fiance were like, "Oh my gosh, there are like conkers on the floor." And then we, long story short, found out there's a difference between conkers and sweet chestnuts, because I think conkers are horse chestnuts or something. Sweet chestnuts you can eat, i.e.,
Yeah.
chestnuts roasting on an open fire. So we picked some up and we cooked them, and they're really nice.
Oh my god. That reveal was crazy. I've had those before. They are really nice.
Yeah, they taste like cashews, but kind of like, I don't know, softer.
Yummy. Yeah. They've like got a nice nutty flavour, rich. That's very gay. And it also works with the colour scheme that you have, which is also very gay.
Thank you. Brown and blue, a classic gay colour scheme.
Brown and blue. But no, also like you have the orange of your cup, you have the red of your couch. Like it all looks very coordinated, I will say.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
What's your neighbourhood watch, honey?
My neighbourhood watch is Cali related. Cali as in calisthenics, as in the bodyweight exercise that I practice and teach. So
Not
basically,
as in fornication.
no. What is that reference to?
Californication.
Oh, California. I was like, I thought you meant like sex. I was like, I don't know what like.
Well, that's what the reference is. Californication
Oh,
is like. Okay.
shoot me
well,
in the face.
you're not feeling your best, sweetie.
Anyway, yeah, Cali as in calisthenics. I was teaching Cali, and I was going to do the class, and then there was this gay couple that was in the gym at the same time, and they were like using the space where the class is, and I was like, oh, you guys, I was like, so sorry, like just so you know, like in 10 minutes there's going to be a class here, and they were like, oh, like what class is it? I was like, it's calisthenics, and they were like, oh, and I saw that they had been doing like some Cali adjacent things, and immediately I clocked that they look gay as fuck and that they're probably a couple.
Incredible.
Very classically, one's like a little bit more femme and the other one's got a little bit more masculine energy, which is something that we're going to return to in my Quimmy out later. So,
Oh my god.
parking that. Immediately, I'm attracted to the one that has a little bit more masculine energy. Obviously, the fucking classic for me. And then, shocking as well. And then I start the class and they're like, can we join? Like, and I was like, it's full, but yeah, go on. Because obviously I want them in my class. Here's an
of course.
opportunity that's opened up for me where two hot dykes have to look at me and have to listen to me. And
It's
I
your
will be
heaven.
telling them what to do. Like, sorry. Obviously, I'm jumping on that opportunity. I'm like, I'll kick somebody out of this class so that you can
Yeah.
have a spot.
Mike can go.
Yeah. So one of them, the more masc one, was such a show off, classically, which was also
Love
great
that.
for me because I got to put them in their place and be like, sorry, the form here, I was like, I won't dead stop on the pull-ups. You're very much not extending your arms fully on the way down, which is a bit of a cheat because then you're just pumping up there, which is actually not going to strengthen like the lower part of your pull-up. So it's not very
Incredible.
effective. And I was like, right, so we're going to make sure that you have dead stop here all the way down. Tap, yes, and all the way back up. And obviously the form was much worse then, but I just really enjoyed that. The Agatha Trunchbull in me just really enjoyed that.
Really enjoyed that. Good for you.
Thank you. And then they were trying to do other things, and it got to the point where they understood that, like, I know my shit, so they started, like, asking me questions about checking their form in different places, and I was like, this is great! And then I heard them, like, saying to each other, like, in a really hot way, was like, oh, remember, like, no swinging. Like, after what I had told them not to do, they were then just, like, correcting each other in, like, a really hot way, where they were, like, teasing each other. Do you know what I mean?
Oh my
So
God, I
coupley, they would,
love
like...
that.
They would like get really close to each other's face and like say something, and they would be like nose to nose in like a really teasy way, and then just like walk away and like go grab something, and I was like, ah! Scream.
They're about to make a baby in the back of calisthenics.
To be honest, and it was also nice because I got chances to like show off when I needed to demo, where they were like, what am I doing wrong here? I was like, well, your core engagement isn't like really where we need it to be. You're kind of overextending a little bit. And I was like, have a look at this. And then I just do it perfectly. And I'd be like, do you see what I mean? Do you understand what's happening?
And
they
they
were like,
went
love
home
Clit.
and role played you. I promise you.
Afterwards, they come up to me and be like, thank you so much. Like, what was your name again? And like said their name. And I was like, great. I'll see you around. Anyways.
Wow.
I obviously felt like $1,000,000. And then when I put on like, I was also wearing like a fucking hoodie with a huge t-shirt over my hoodie. Like as my outside clothes. So I was like in my workout gear. So then when it was time to leave, I put all of that shit on and then I walked out and I saw them. And I'm like, obviously they had understood I was gay already, but at least now I've really cemented it. Like now they know. I'm wearing a t-shirt over a hoodie. Now they know. They know now. It was just great. And then like the day after I was practicing Cali. So I was just in Cali class. And then there was this girl in Cali class who I like had a suspicion had a crush on me because she would do really like, I would always catch her looking at me. Like I would do something and I would look at her and she would just like look at me and smile. And then
God.
randomly when I was just stood like having some water, she just like walked out the room because she was going to get something. And on her way out, she just really quickly looked at me and said, nice abs. And then she opened the door and just went out. Nothing else. We'd never spoken to each other before.
No way.
This is the first thing she's ever said to me.
The first thing she's ever said to you was nice abs.
The first thing she's ever said to me is nice abs. And then like the week after, this has been a bit of a saga actually. The week after, she is also in Cali class, and then that's the first time she asked me my name. She was like, hey, sorry, what's your name? And I'm like, oh, my name is Anna. She says her name, yada yada. And then, you know, I noticed she's like trying to talk to me in situations where it's like natural, you know, trying to find those spots. And then the week after, I'm doing like a false grip on the rings, which like if you don't tape your wrists can be quite painful. And I like absolutely like scrape my wrists open. Sorry about this. This is not for you. So my wrists get a little bit of a skin wound. Anyways, and I'm just like, looking at my wrists. And when she sees me looking at my wrist, she grabs both of my wrists and looks really close at them and was like, oh, you okay? You know, it's just like really intimate. And I'm like,
this is a slow burn.
This is such a slow burn. And I'm like, no doubt at this point. So the next time I see her, I'm making sure, because now I'm like, where's her doubt seeping in? Because she's clearly moving in, but she's taking her time.
Yeah.
Because she knows she's going to see me in class because we go to like the same classes consistently. And so I wear my Dyke hoodie, the one that says Dyke instead of Nike.
Amazing.
It's a little bit
that's
chilly.
loud and clear.
Exactly. And I'm like, I'm just going to wear this for a little bit longer. So, you know, I've started the class, I've gotten warmed up. I'm getting a little bit sweaty. It's time to take it off. But I just keep wearing it for a little bit longer to make sure that she absolutely sees it. And I see her clocking it, but she doesn't comment on it. But I see her clocking it, looking at it, and I'm like, cool.
Okay,
At this point, I'm going to
Message
take it
delivered.
off. I take it off. And then later on, I think it was that same day or it was the week after. This was a week ago today.
Oh my God, this is like week by week. Every time you get ready for this classroom, you must be like, oh my God.
Honestly, no, because I was like, I've been busy.
Oh.
So this has been just like every time I've come to class, I've been like, oh my God, yes, I've got this little saga going on, you know?
What a privilege it is to say that.
It is such a privilege to say
forget
that.
about your ongoing love affair.
I know.
Miss Callie.
Truly. Anyways, so then the last time I saw her last week, I'm there, she's looking at me, we're locking eyes, blah, 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 blah. And then I go out towards the end of the class, go out to fill up my water bottle. And I'm stood filling up my water bottle. She comes out of class and into the corridor. It's just us in the corridor. She comes up to me and she's like, what are you doing tonight?
Not tonight.
And tonight, I actually have a date with somebody else. So I was like, I'm going on a date with somebody I'm seeing tonight. And she was like, that's a shame. And she was like, I kind of maybe have a little crush on you. To which I say, oh, really? I hadn't noticed. And she said, you hadn't? And I said, no, yes, I absolutely have. Which is the most me-coded.
In that moment, being like, oh, really? Like,
yeah.
You hadn't? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I had to. That's the most me-coded thing you could possibly say in that moment. And,
yeah, of course.
I like to start off strong and incredibly confident. So then, like, I've started there, which means that, like, all the vulnerability that's to come feels
somewhat balanced.
Yeah, exactly. Because I've started off
Yeah.
so strong. And also because I had that conversation with somebody I'm seeing the other day as well, where I was like, I think I am the most comfortable in a dating situation in like the first 4 dates or something. Like I'm very comfortable being flirted with. I'm very comfortable flirting with people. I'm very comfortable as an initiator. Like I'm chilling for the first few dates. I'm very comfortable with everything until it comes to the point where like you get to know me past the point of me being I'm kidding, but you know what I mean. When it comes, that's horrible. When it's past the point of me being like charming, confident, cool. When I'm like, okay, but now I'm like just a girl. Now I'm like he. Now I'm like ADHD to a point where you're just like, you have to calm down. I'm like, that's not what you signed up for. And I think that's where my insecurities come in. Whereas like in the beginning, I am cool as the cucumber because I'm comfortable with that.
Yeah, with not really being truly known.
Well, no, but that's also like who I am. That's also like a part of me. Like I'm very comfortable being that person, and then that is who I am. But I think when it gets to being truly known on a layered level, that's when I'm like, because when I know that I am what you want, then we're fine. But then if I'm like, now there might be things that you might not like, and I'm saying this like this is like some revolutionary thing, but it's like said every single person in the history of humanity.
In the whole world. Yeah. Like I'm scared of getting too close to someone. I'm scared of showing my inner self. I'm scared of like,
oh God forbid I have flaws. Anyway, so that was a week ago, and then I was like, oh, I'm going away shooting for a week, but when I'm back, let's go home.
Oh my gosh.
So basically that is kind of now. I wonder if she's coming to class today. I'm going at 12.
No way.
If she is, I'll be like, I told you I was back on the 25th. It's been 2 days. I'm kidding.
You should.
Imagine I turn out to be fucking freaked. First I'm like, yeah, no, I knew you had a crush on me all along. And then I'm like, it's been 2 days. You haven't texted me in 2 days.
Well, that's what you are going to do just over the course of 4 days.
What?
That's what you are going to do, you know. That's the journey you're going to go on. It's just going to be stretched over.
Oh, right. No, I don't think I'll ever go on that day because I'm not paranoid like that, thankfully. So that woun't be
that was a
vulnerability.
Joke.
Yeah. But I just clearly had some insecurity there that felt like a need to sort of justify myself. That's not actually true, though.
Should we clit screen?
Clit screen.
Clit screen. That really needs to just be our jingle.
To be honest, because it's every week now. Some cunt is having a shower, and let me tell you, I don't like it.
Sorry, not at this time on a Monday.
Yeah, not this time on Monday. Not 10:14 on a Monday.
Don't you know it's working hours?
Yeah, don't you know it's working? Do you know I'm on a Zoom call right now? Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
You love the
whoever is in the shower needs to turn that off immediately.
Yeah, sorry. I thought you loved the working week, and let me tell you, it's the working week. All right, we are within the hours of 9 to 5 on a Monday. So come back to me when you've got your priorities in order. Come back to me when you've made a choice. It's giving two-faced.
Yeah.
It's giving
You
fickle.
just let me know.
Yeah. If we were on Traitors, I would say that you were the most two-faced.
Oh my God, I'm so obsessed with Traitors.
Yeah. We
oh my
can't
God.
talk about Traitors again. Yeah.
I know. We'll just get way too carried away.
Yeah.
There was something else I watched. Oh my God, Love is Blind, America, the new season.
I've not watched it.
It's one episode is really homophobic.
Really?
And now I'm like, I don't want to finish this season. I mean, I'm watching it quite late anyway. But I'm like, they're talking about like, right, trigger warning for the next 30 seconds, like homophobia. They're like, one of the people is like, so what would you do if your child was LGBTQ? And then the other one was like, I mean, it wouldn't be my first choice, obviously. Like
my first choice.
Like, it's my kid. Like, I'd obviously love it, but like, the other one's like, do you think it's just a fad? And then she's like, yeah, like it's just a fucking, and then like doesn't finish her sentence. And then the other one's like, yeah, so like my mum thought I was gay when I was younger, haha. And then like the other one's like, that's hilarious. Like I just make sure that my kid was like informed and like actually knew what that was and like actually had the facts.
The facts
Of what?
What do you mean? The
Isn't
facts
that
in
fucked
the
up?
facts in how you feel, honey. The facts in
Yeah.
is that your body sets on fire when you're making out with a fella dyke.
Somebody who you like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I
No.
can't. I literally cannot believe that they've platformed
Here's the
that
thing.
and put it on with like no thing being like, by the way, we do support the community. Like,
Yeah.
it was like just presented like the opinion of America.
Yeah. Well, tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very disappointing. People just do struggle to like. Here's the thing. I think people, not to sidetrack on this too much, but here's the thing. I think people really do believe that their outlook on life is because we only have our own. We can only operate from like our own point of view, right? So
Yeah.
our point of view is what we will assume is like how everybody else feels. So for example,
Yeah.
I have a really strong conscience. When somebody first blank face lied to me, like we've talked about before on this pod, I was like, what the fuck? Because I could not fathom that a person could do that because I wouldn't do that. Therefore, nobody would do that because everybody functions how I
Yeah.
function because I'm human and so are you. And we all work this way, right? Because it's hard to like understand how people think differently. So I'm like, the only
Yeah.
way I could think that is, it's that like you are so narrow-minded that you think that just because you're not gay, a human being can't be.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's the only way, because otherwise, that's insane. It's,
Yes. It's
yeah.
absolutely insane. What do you mean? I'd make sure they knew the facts. You don't seem to know.
No, and
any
also, what do you
fact.
mean the fact? That's what really gets me, because I'm like, sorry. So you're saying that your attraction to the opposite sex is purely based on facts?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
And
What do you
also that you
mean?
can choose. Like if you are born gay, but you know the facts of the apparent trauma, you can decide not to make that choice. Like what?
Oh, I'm just gonna say that if I ever have kids, I'm gonna be like, I just want you to know the facts here that like you will think that you are straight because of this society, because of patriarchy, because what we are fed. You might think that you're straight. You might not be. You could be wrong. You may think that you like hoop earrings, but you could be wrong. Do you know where that's from?
Are you talking to anyone here?
Oh my god, I didn't even see you wearing hoops. I was talking. That was a Mean Girls reference. That's Gretchen being like. Anyways,
Okay, as you all know, this week we watched The Wedding Banquet.
Yeah.
Which is a 2025 film, so we're scraping into the breaking news sector of the film industry.
Yeah.
What did you think? Can I just say,
Yeah.
I agree. Like, already, I agree.
It's the thing when
Yeah,
you really
it's
want
like-
to like it as well, because I'm like, not to spoil anything, but I'm going to spoil something. In the end, obviously it's kind of a happy ending, and I'm like, okay, the end is giving community, it's giving,
Yeah.
a different family dynamic, it's giving like queer utopia in a way.
Yes, totally.
So obviously I want to really have enjoyed the whole film.
Yeah.
But there was something just like, I don't know, it's when it's reaching to be a comedy so bad, when it's like, the gags are just like always kind of, and also because I'm feeling like Agatha Trunchbull currently, the conflict avoidance was setting me off.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I could not with the
Yeah.
conflict avoidance, and they're like sort of walking away, and I was like, both of the people in the sapphic couple I didn't like.
Oh no, really?
Yeah. Oh,
I really liked the one who was like
the partner.
conflict pro. Yeah.
Yeah, which you would, because like everything about them was like, rate that. Like,
Yeah.
you've done nothing wrong. Like you've kind of not done anything wrong in this whole film.
Totally.
But
Totally.
there was something, but maybe this is just, again, maybe I'm just projecting this because there's like some insecurity in me that's coming out here. Who's to say? But my perception of her, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think that everyone's using
Yeah.
binary pronouns.
Yeah. I was like, you are kind of mothering your partner a little bit.
Yes. Totally.
And then being like, I'm
And
not
like-
your mum. I'm like, okay, but you are always like righteous. You are always like all-knowing
Taking the-
wise. Like, I just don't feel
Yeah.
like you are a person that would consider that you might be wrong. And if you were, you'd be like, yeah, I'd see how you feel that way. And you would like be like weird and like, you know, therapy language gaslighty about it. Do you know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah.
I don't trust her. I get
that.
Yeah.
I think this is definitely because you're in your luteal phase, but also definitely I do see that.
Yeah.
So for those of you who haven't watched it yet, it's basically the story of like mixed kind of friend group in terms of like 2 lesbians and a couple, 2 gay men and a couple, and there's like amongst them there's like, what was
one of the gay men is besties since a long time with one of the lesbians. They've known each other forever
and
and
they
ever.
live in their garage and they're all like very close friends and it's very wholesome. They hang out.
And that gay guy's
East Asian.
Yeah, and that gay guy's boyfriend is from Korea, and his visa is expiring. So basically, he needs to stay in the country, in order to stay in the country. Well, allegedly, according to him, he proposes to his boyfriend because he wants to marry him. But it's but the boyfriend's like, but your visa's also expiring. Like, how do I know that you're not just trying to stay in the country? But they have been together for 5 years, so there's also that.
They have been together for 5 years, and we saw him playing with the ring, like, before that meeting with the grandma.
Yes, I didn't clock that, but nice spot.
There we go.
I also didn't have any subtitles, so whenever his grandma was speaking Korean, or whenever Angela, the lead girl's mum, was speaking in Chinese, I never knew what they were saying.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Why didn't you have there were subtitles on the link I sent you?
Yeah, I may have gone to a different one. A different website.
No worries.
Well, a different paid website, obviously. Again, we don't endorse any of that illegal streaming. We love the system.
That is crazy that you couldn't understand any of the stuff.
But I feel like most of those plot points, they reiterated anyways. They were like, I just spoke to my grandma and blah, 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 blah. Do you know what I mean? They reiterated those plot points anyway. So I was never lost. It's just that I didn't get any of the actual conversation. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also for context, the lesbians are trying to have a baby. So they've had 2 rounds of failed IVF.
Yeah. And the film overall, like Anna says, it's like you want to like it. It's just like, it's beautiful in terms of like, it's a nice film. I take back saying it's beautiful. It's visually pleasing. It's like exciting. The narrative like keeps moving. There's nothing outwardly wrong with it, I would say. It's just that it doesn't really like clinch like all of the elements together to make itself like a fantastic film. Like, I definitely wouldn't say like don't watch it. Like if my friend was like, oh, I need to watch a film and I just want to have like a good gay film, I'd be like, yeah, go ahead.
No, for sure, watch it. And also I rate some of the actors who are in it.
Yeah. And
I think it's pretty cool that it was obviously a remake of a 1993 film that is with the same name.
Is it?
Yeah. And it was also gay in the the lesbians weren't in it, but the gay men were, and it was like the gay couple and then having like a lavender marriage to stay in the country kind of vibe.
Wow.
So they've just like added some lesbians and spiced up the plot a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I think the lesbians are very much, in my mind, like the centre of it. So like I feel like it's nice to have them.
Yeah.
Also nice to have a gay film that's
I'm like,
obviously.
Normalize remaking classics but making them gayer. Or making them gay full stop.
Yes, exactly. Taking an old gay film and making it even gayer, that's like the pinnacle.
100%. Do you know what? I've had a brilliant idea. Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy.
Yeah.
Starring Anna Tolstoy in Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy, but gay.
Oh,
stop.
My God.
This has to happen. It has to happen. Come on. I mean, it sells itself. Come on.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. Get them out there. I also wanted to have a special mention to a line that I really enjoyed, which was, they're going to have 15 non-binary children.
I really enjoyed that. I also, a moment for the gay wave, like when they were like moving the boxes out and then he was like,
oh my God, yeah.
It was so good.
Yeah, really good.
Also, when they say everything in this house is gay, I just cannot wait for that to be my life. Like going from my kitchen to my dining room to my hallway to my bedroom to the bathroom, and it's full of gay paraphernalia.
Yeah, 100%.
I enjoyed the casual armpit hair, like on the technically maybe more femme lesbian partner. I liked it. I think again, I've got nothing bad to say about it apart from it just didn't quite punch me in the face, and sometimes I just want to be slapped around a bit.
I agree. I think it's because I think one of the leads is such a great comedy actor. I think I was like expecting some more punchlines or some more. I don't know. And I think it also just really bothered me, the conflict avoidance. Like, I'm sorry to mention it again.
You're so angry.
I just CBA with that, and then them both being like, bar, because we can't deal with that. I'm just like, oh, grow up.
Yeah. Do you know, I did think of you when they said that, when they were all using alcohol as a coping mechanism, and I was like, Anna's not going to like this.
Thank you so much.
I
I'm
don't
glad
like
you thought of me.
Yeah.
I'm glad
it's funny though that you say that when it's like, you know, you don't like it, like to see that annoys you because it's like, oh, it's just irritating.
Yeah.
That's how I felt last week about the dialogue just being like, no one's talking to each other. Everyone's talking to each other in like such a ridiculous way that is just not realistic. That's why it irritated me last week.
Sorry, what film did we watch last week?
I can't remember. Sorry, if it doesn't exist right now, then I have no idea. But I remember being like, I don't like the dialogue because I don't think that's realistic of like how you'd speak to each other because it's so unregulated and just cruel. And then you were like, yeah, but that's just dialogue and like that's what film's got to be. Like, films can't be people talking to each other like you want them to be.
Oh God, what was the film?
Focus on the point I'm making rather
well,
than
I don't really feel, but I don't know if I can agree with the point you're making if I don't know the context of the film. Do you know what I mean?
It doesn't matter about the context. That's what I mean. You said, well, you know, a film can't be just like loads of people talking to each other in a really great way because like they've all been therapized. That would be boring.
Oh, right, yeah.
So I'm bringing that to you this week and saying like, well, they are conflict avoidant, yes.
For sure. But I think, and of course that needs to be represented and people aren't like, we want to see the humanity of the people. But I think that character is so boring. I think that archetype of character is something we've seen so many times, like Shane and the L Word. Do you know what I mean? And maybe I am in a personal space where I'm just like, I'm so free from my weird like attraction to that archetype. Whereas I've been bound by that for like the majority of my life, and I've been drawn to that, and I've finally done so much work on myself, and I've come to a place where I'm like genuinely not interested in chasing that anymore, chasing that person and being like, please open up to me, please deal with it, please don't run away, please don't avoid conflict at any cost. So now that I'm finally free, I'm like, I don't want you in my sphere, you know? That's my cheese toasty. And I don't want to have any more, basically.
Yeah. Overall, I would say I would
still consider it a top, low key.
Yeah, exactly. It's a top, but it's like only there because like its older brother was already going to the party, so it like tags along.
Exactly. It's like I enjoyed it.
Only 13, and like no one will talk to it, and it's like it's gonna sit in the corner, but like it is there.
Yeah.
And that's that.
Okay, queer me out. The patriarchy is destroying the Sapphic community, and let me tell you why. And here's the thing. I probably have mentioned this before. It would be wild if I hadn't, but we're going to talk about it again because I don't think it's been a full queer me out. How the patriarchy and the system is, me and the system today, so anti-establishment, like oozing out of me. It's going crazy. Literally, viva la resistance, like the rebellion is coming. I saw one battle after the other day. With Tiana Taylor and Leonardo DiCaprio. It was really good, actually. Highly recommend.
Oh, great.
Anyway, I am so sick of...
Oh my God.
I'm complaining to an insane level today, and I love it. Literally, I was on a date the other day with somebody I'm seeing, and I was like, you're going to have to find it funny that I am pissed off at everything. I was like, if you find that to be, like, concerning, or if you're like, whoa, you're being a lot right now, like... I'm not for you, respectfully, or like you can't see me this week because this week this is what's gonna happen. I was like, if you don't think it's funny that I'm just like, you know, super irritable, if I'm like, oh, it's too hot, get it off, and be like, that fucking car is too loud, I'll tell you, you know, if you don't think that's funny, it's
goodbye.
That's a wrap, you know.
Yeah.
That's a wrap on this. You know, roll the credits. Anyways, thankfully they were laughing away, so I was like, great. Fantastic, because I have been in situations where I'm in that mood and people are like, whoa, like, you okay, like, calm down. I'm like, normalize being dramatic, being dramatic.
Yes,
Anyway.
Wait, I have a story to tag onto that.
Yeah,
The other
please.
day, when we were watching a show, the fiance was like, well, no, that someone on the show was like, come and like touch my back, like when I'm in the kitchen, sexy. Hold my hand in the supermarket, sexy. Touch my hair when we're going to bed, sexy. And then it was so like bait that me and the fiance just looked at each other and we were like, oh. And then they were like doing an impersonation of it. And then I was like, no, it should be like, for us, it should be like, hold my hand in the supermarket, overstimulating. Touch my head, overstimulating. Like, pull at my clothes when I'm trying to get dressed. Please fuck off, that's overstimulating.
To be fair though, touch my bag when I am in the kitchen is sexy, but I also hear you loud and clear.
Yeah.
I'm on your
like
side.
at times.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
touch my hair in the kitchen if I haven't just, number one, done my hair. And
Yeah, but I think also that's a long-term relationship that you're talking about. Whereas like if you are just in like the honeymoon phase with somebody new and they're like doing all those things, I think regardless of if you washed your head, you'll still be like whereas if it's like if
True.
it's your long-term partner, then you're like this
You'd be like,
I can't
you know
hear
it's
he
Monday.
every day of like our entire life.
yeah.
Which is why polyamory. Anyway.
Back to the patriarchy ruining
Back to the
sapphic
patriarchy
community.
ruining the sapphic community. So here's what I'm going to say. I obviously understand that you're allowed to have a preference, but I think the kind of like, and I think this is probably because I've been on the internet, whoopsie, a little bit too much, scrolly scroll, scroll. I can't deal with the kind of like masc and femme divide and the fact that like femme for femme is hot and normal and masc
Yeah.
for femme is also hot and normal, but masc for masc is so overlooked. And as somebody
Yeah.
who like tends to maybe live in that bracket a little bit more, and I don't want to
Yeah.
say it like entirely living in that bracket because I would say that I'm quite flexible, but it would say I'd go for more of a masculine energy. But then I also get like a bit OCD about it because I'm like, well, masculine energy, that's just because we've like assigned the qualities of assertiveness and sort of
Boldness.
confidence and boldness to masculinity. And I don't necessarily think that that's traditionally
Yeah.
masculine quality, but if that
Yeah.
is, then like yeah, so like I get people say that I have masculine energy, but that's just because I'm bold and assertive.
Yeah. It's actually inherently like slightly inescapable to not have that tied up with sexism, isn't it? Like gender roles are taught to us and then we're like, yes, that is feminine, and then we're like you are feminine because you're like good at crafts.
Exactly.
And it's like that actually has nothing to do with anything. Like I just like I'm AFAB and good at crafts.
Yeah, I had a chat with somebody on set the other day and I called him sensitive, and I was like, and he was like took a bit of offense to it. I was like, no, I'm very sensitive. And I was like, I think sensitive is a good thing. And I was like, and then I told him as well, I was like, I find it interesting that like your perception of sensitive is different to my perception of sensitive. In my head,
Yeah.
it's not got any negative connotations, but immediately you are like, you feel defensive
Threatened.
about me calling you sensitive, which he was kind of
Yeah.
like, yeah, about. And I was like, I find that very interesting. But
Yeah,
that's like,
hopefully he's sensitive enough to pick up that hint that he should undress his misogyny.
no,
and come
100%.
back to work.
He's actually a very good guy. He actually really was picking up what I was putting down, you know?
Great.
Like he was interested in the way he reacted rather than being caught up in his reaction,
That's
you
good.
know? But yeah, I think, hot take,
Oh my god.
everybody wants a masculine energy then. Because I don't know anybody who doesn't want somebody who is a little bit assertive. And, you know, that's why people are like, I like a dom femme, I like a dom femme. I'm like, oh, so you like somebody with masculine energy in there, Jen, but who wears mascara? Or what?
Yeah.
Like, that's what you mean when
Exactly.
you say you want a dom femme.
Yeah. I will say
I want a femme switch. I
maybe
wanna...
more people
Yeah, go on.
pardon. Maybe more people like feminine energy, but we don't know any of those people. Let's not forget, we don't really know.
I know every
straight
single
people.
dyke in this city. Oh,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
talking about straight people.
Because I bet like a lot of straight men are like, I mean,
Here's the
judging
thing
from
though.
TV
Here's the
I've seen.
thing though about that. So I have had a lot of like male straight friends who have had crushes on me because I am like bold, assertive, like rah, a bit crazy out there, big energy, you know. But
Yeah.
I am not the girl that they would go for because of their in my perception, inherent insecurity. So they need to feel like the big man. So then they will actually, in relationships, they will go for the more timid girl and that kind of choice. But actually, if they weren't scared, they would also want masculine energy. They would also want a strong, you know, a woman that has more power or whatever. Do you know what I mean? So I don't think it has to do with sexuality. I think everybody wants somebody who's confident unless they are not.
Yeah. I think if you've done the work on yourself and you know that you're stable in yourself and secure, then...
Because I'm like, I understand that there's different...
you would always want to date somebody who was also secure and confident.
Yeah.
And then if you're attributing those attributes to masculinity, then yes, the whole world is masc4masc.
Yeah, the whole world is masc4masc. That's the title of this episode. I do think it's so true though, because I'm like, I've had that more than once with men where I'm like, damn, I'm always going to be the girl that got away for you because you weren't confident enough.
Ready.
And what your priority in the relationship wasn't to be with somebody who matches you. It was to be with somebody who makes you feel a certain way about yourself.
Yeah. Who pedestals you.
It's interesting. I think it's interesting. And then I'm like, yes, of course, it can be like a preference. And like, I don't want to oversimplify it because I know that it's way more grayscale. So I'm like, I understand that there can be like a different preference and like, there's more masculine body language, more feminine body language and like presentation and all that stuff. And I know that it's like more grayscale. But I think, yeah, and I think on the whole, I think my point stands. Any qualms with that, let me know. Happy to take accountability for my wrongs.
We haven't actually discussed the insane effect that the patriarchy is having on the sapphic community like this year as a whole. It feels like such a big topic to talk about, like Fletcher and Jojo Siwa and Betty Who and all these people who we're seeing like behave outside of what we'd have expected, and like it feels really hard. I don't know about how you all feel, but like as a member of the community to feel like we're still as strong and like on fire as we were last year when it felt like everything was just like rolling, a snowball.
Oh yeah, it was the lesbian renaissance.
Yeah. And now it's like,
and now this.
What are we kind of dealing with now? I feel like we're kind of like, it's like the day after the party and we're like, are we doing this again next week? Or is this like a one-off? Like, was this just crazy, like end of the world party? But it does feel like so complex, and obviously there's so many points of view and we only have like what we have. But I will say, like, I just feel so disappointed not to have like what I see as like our cheerleaders at the front of the squad, like leading us. I feel like we've kind of a little bit been left to our own devices, and it's like, yeah, like you can build a career on being gay, and then like of course you can be queer and bi and pan and find your label that you feel suits you better. Like there's no one, well, I want to say there's no one arguing that, but of course people are going to argue anything, like the world's a terrible place. But like I think the majority of everyone is just like, of course you can do as you please. I think the disheartening thing is like, but we like made you who you are, and like we were counting on you to like uplift us, and like your albums that are, I mean, I'm thinking this mainly of Fletcher, but like of course Jojo Siwa, I mean everyone who adds into this kind of unapologetic gay narrative in the press, like of course that's going to be helpful for us because we're seeing ourselves, even if it's good, bad or ugly, like at least we're seeing ourselves. Whereas when you suddenly are like taking away like that contribution to art for us, then it's like, oh okay, well yeah, like do as you please, but like now you're just like someone I used to know. Like you're not like coming to the meetings anymore. You're not like, I don't turn on the radio and hear like a song from your new album and think like I really feel myself in that.
Yeah, I mean, and also I think there was that interview with what
Betty Who.
Yeah, exactly, where it was also like just the phrasing was a bit clumsy, and like,
yeah,
it's never about, I think what's really damaging for the community is where it's like, it's never, and it's when they take out like the, of course you are entitled to feel how you feel, and they are, you know, allegedly feeling like or not allegedly, that's a bit of a loaded word. They are feeling that
Reportedly?
reportedly feeling like they are being sort of shunned from the community, where it's like, and they are feeling that it is because they are now dating men or because they are with men, and it's like, it has nothing to do with you being with a man or you being bisexual or your sexuality. It's nothing to do with that. It's the fact that you are actively, you're also feeding this narrative for PR. You know, there's like, it is like, so you are using the sapphic community to like gain traction, and you are using, you know, your queerness, you are selling your music through your queerness. So that's like, you know, you are obviously capitalizing on that, which is fine. Yeah. Because you are queer, so of course. But then you are also, I feel like, selling like your sob story by shunning the people who you built your fame on. Yeah. And then that's the new PR angle, which is like, I'm now this. It's like, so it's like, oh, it doesn't feel maybe entirely genuine, because it feels a little bit like you are like riding this wave. And maybe that is just like turning lemonade out of lemonades, because it's like, oh, I felt like shunned, now that feels shit. So now I've decided to make this like my new PR point and my new thing to like gain traction. So maybe that is what's been happening, but also judging a whole community on a whole because people are upset that by the fact that you know, were their role model, and suddenly you are attacking them for not supporting the fact that you have completely changed your image. I don't know. I think it's understandable.
Yeah,
you know?
I do as well. I like, at the end of the day, like, we don't know these people personally. Like, we like them because they represent us. So stop representing us. Like, we don't owe you anything. Like, we were buying your music. We were buying tickets to your show. Like, we were talking about you to our friends. You know, like, stop making stuff that we like. And then we're not going to carry on supporting you. We don't owe you anything. It's like if Wagamama's gets rid of all of its vegan promise, and it's like, we're no longer going to do 70% vegan by 2026 or whatever they said they were going to do. And now they're like, actually, they've removed Vegatsu. It's like, well, people aren't going to come.
Yeah.
You can't be like, well, these vegans, like, now they're shunning us because, like, we decided to, like, make so many vegan things, and, like, we were the leaders of vegan cuisine in, like, the shitty high street restaurants.
And maybe
and then you stopped.
And maybe it's the kind of bitterness of the realization that, like, oh, maybe they didn't like me as much as I thought they did. Maybe it was that they were seeing themselves. Maybe it wasn't about me, and that's not good for the ego. Yes, and it was a mirror. Maybe it was the mirror they liked, and maybe it wasn't about me as much as I thought it was. Yeah, and that's heartbreaking. Obviously, I can imagine.
Yeah, I think that's it.
So it's like, you're allowed to change, and I think artists always talk about that, like the struggle of changing in the public eye, and then being like, oh, do you not like me for me? And I'm like, no, this is an industry.
Yeah, exactly. We don't know you.
Yeah.
And also, like, you get to choose what you put out. Like, if you want to, like, get really close with your fans and, like, have TikTok and have Instagram and do all that stuff, you know, like, you don't see Beyonce out here on, like, social media platforms. Maybe that's easy for me to say because it's like she's got all of the notoriety. She doesn't need to, like, advertise herself. She will sell out, whatever. Yeah. But, like, you are entering that, choosing to have a really, in our view, intimate relationship with your fans. And, like, yes, it's a parasocial relationship. Like, we all are kind of, like, feeling like, oh my gosh, you're like one of us. And then you're feeling like, oh my gosh, all these people, like, I'm making their lives so much better, and, like, I'm making so much money, and I'm doing what I love. But, like, don't get that mistaken for thinking that we know each other.
Yeah.
Both ways. I think that it's been a crazy year for talking about it as well, because there's been so much discourse about, like, just because, like you said, like, if you're not liking it anymore, liking someone anymore, or liking their music, then it's like, well, that's inherently biphobic or whatever.
Yeah, and it's like,
or elitist, like, no one's gay enough. But we loved them even when they were, as Fletcher says, she's always been queer. I'm pretty sure she said that. So, like, she's never claimed to be a lesbian. She claimed to be queer. And what I would say is, we've always loved her as queer. No one's ever been like, you're only queer, so we're not going to love you. Like, that's
And to
crazy.
be
No one
honest,
would
I
say
mainly
that.
loved her because she was petty.
Catty.
Petty.
Yeah, petty.
Oh, I love a
Me
petty
too.
bitch. It's, I
Yes.
love it so much.
Exactly. So it's actually the real problem that we all have is that she's becoming emotionally more tuned in and like much more
Exactly.
kind of like grounded.
Oh, stop going to therapy.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Yeah.
turn it back around. We want
Initiative by
Miley
2027,
bangers.
everyone's out of therapy.
Fast forward.
I will say though, I think that like Renee Rapp's still about, and like K1 and Kalani are like, they're doing their bit. They're pulling
Yes.
weight this year.
Yeah, hugely.
You know.
And G-Flip.
Yeah, I know you loved it.
I love G-Flip so much. And Cat Burns.
Yes, of course, of course. Oh, I've started using so much retinol. My entire face feels like it's about to fall off. Like, I stopped using it last night because I was like, this retinol is strong. I've used it before, but this retinol is fucking strong. I feel like I've done a chemical peel. I can't touch my face
is
without feeling
retinol?
like it's going to fall up. It's an acid that you put in your face so that you won't get fine lines, because patriarchy and the system is prevalent in me, even though I hate it so fucking much.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry about that.
Yeah. Stop retinol by 2027.
Anyway,
Anyway,
are you ready?
I am. This is unsolicited advice.
This is unsolicited advice. Let me say it with a bit more joy in my voice
Yeah.
than my co-star. So, hey Dykes, love the pod. Gotta say that I've got a crush on both of you. And that's unsolicited advice this week. Thank you so much.
Truly
I'm
nothing
sure we
makes
have a
me
question, you
happier
two.
than that. Fuck me. Thank you so
I
much.
know.
Like, you've just added 3 years to my life.
Yes, exactly. You can stop the retinol now.
Yeah, honestly.
So I'm going to skip the first bit because it's a context thing we don't need and time is short. I'm shy and prone to overthinking when I'm with someone. I've got a couple of basic questions about sex because I've not had sex before. How old is this person? Sorry, who's not? It's 2025.
You can't be judging that. Don't say that.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not going to cut that.
Oh!
Continue.
Okay.
But also, like,
Question one.
if you're under 18 and listening to this, I'm worried. Continue.
Yeah, that's true. What do people use as lube when having spontaneous sex? Saliva, or does everybody just carry lube?
Well, personally, saliva. I think that's the most
of
common
course.
one.
Yes, definitely that's the most common. I mean, if you're having spontaneous sex, where are you having it? Like, as in, like, in your home, you should have lube around.
Yeah, and also, I'm
But if
like,
you-
this also feels like if this person hasn't had sex before, that's also like, I don't know, I feel like before I had sex, I was also worried about like such, as an OCD person, you know, I was always worried about like all of the logistics, you know? I
Yes.
was like, so when this, when that, like, oh, do I need to sign something before this? Like, you know?
Yes. But it will be fine.
Yeah.
That's such a funny question.
It'll be fine.
in-
It'll work out. You'll figure it out. This is kind of a hot take, like, you can't prepare too much.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
You just have to let it happen. And if you're also, if you're having sex for the first time, I'd probably suggest like don't have it in some kind of random location. Like have it somewhere that you can be comfortable, and like if something goes in a way that you didn't expect, in terms of like it brings an emotion out that like maybe you weren't knowing, or like you feel like you want to sleep, or you feel like you need to eat or drink water, or like go to the bathroom, like you should be in somewhere that has those facilities, not like
Yeah.
in a field or in a garden or something. Like it should be somewhere that you're comfortable.
Unless you
And
feel
therefore, like-
comfortable in a field or a garden or something. I just now,
I guess
my
so, but
OCD
also,
just
like-
now ticks in where I was like, but what if they're in a field and then they like catch the moment and that could be it, and then they think about what Meg said and then they like don't seize that
True.
moment, you know? I suddenly just
Yeah.
got worried about that.
No, that's true. I suppose, I mean, if you're in like a private place where you know no one's gonna like stumble across you, like imagine having like
If you want to
like,
carry lube,
inappropriate-
carry lube.
Yes.
To be
Maybe
honest, if you're
get a little
worried about
keychain.
this, carry lube. And if you are with
Yeah.
the right person, they are gonna find that endearing or funny if it's
Yeah.
if it's not needed in the moment. And if it is needed, they're gonna be
sexy.
like,
Like,
wow,
Yeah.
you ate that.
Incredible.
Yeah.
I want to see like one of those, you know, like hand sanitizers that you can have like clipped
Yeah.
onto like a bag.
Yeah. I'm
Like a little
sure there
squeezy-
has to be this has to be a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would suggest you go with that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I hope that answers your question.
Me too. Thank you guys so
Oh my
much for
gosh.
joining us for another week. It's been so good. I'm so excited to now go to my class and see if my girl's there.
Oh my God. Yes. Unbelievable.
I'll let
Oh
you
my God,
know.
I can't wait to hear the catch up next
I
week.
know. Okay, bye, little
So
Dykes.
exciting. Oh, bye, little Dykes. Love you so much.
Get it off your chest, get 'em off your back. Get your compulsions back on track. Stick it to the strikes, tell 'em take a hike. Join your obsessive compulsive dykes.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hysteria is still with me.
Why is that not gone from your mind?
I know.